There's always going to be positives and negatives in the video game world. That's just the way it works. The Nintendo Wii U was released in November 2012, and the Xbox One, the PlayStation 4 was released in November 2013. Speaking of which, they brought something different to the table. For an example, Nintendo Wii U has a gamepad where you can still play the game on your gamepad while the other person is watching TV, so you don't have to turn your game off. And I think it's creative and innovative and smart. Smart move, Nintendo. Xbox One is everything in one video game console, even though it's more than just a video game console. PlayStation 4, you can share gameplay footages through PlayStation Network. And it seems like it's more you can do. It seems like you can stream the game a lot more with the PlayStation 4 than other games. I mean, I've seen a lot more when you go on Twitch TV website. Now, as for delays, they're good and bad. Let me explain that. 7th generation video game era equals a lot of games were rushed out the door. And you played it and you saw the results. And it's good to see more and more games be held back so the gaming companies can iron out the issues before releasing it to the public. U.S. government seeing the light on video games as a question mark. You had one person talking about it. He used to work for the Obama administration in the White House. And he also used to work for the video game industry before the Obama administration part. And I think what he said is true, and it's 100% true, where video games are not being talked about in a positive light. It's always being talked about in the negative light because of the media. And that's something that the video game community, and myself included, have pounded the table for years. They just don't get it. I'll put the article links in the description. There, people put video games to good use, like the father who lost his son in a very early age due to brain cancer, and he created a video game to cope with the loss of his son. And he made video games to others, parents out there who lost their child or children to diseases, cancer, and whatnot. So, to cope. I think it's awesome. And you had a guy made a video game and had his girlfriend tested it out, and she didn't think nothing more until she saw there was a proposal. She was being proposed by her boyfriend through a video game that he created. It's very interesting, and it's very cool too. I'm gonna find some positive video game articles, and I'll put the link in the description as well. Despite how I feel and everybody else feel about the Destiny, the video game, the fan base, they're awesome. They help each other out. And they won't hesitate to call out Bungie and Activision on their nonsense bullcrap. Game of the Year Edition, Ultimate Edition, Complete Edition. It's a beautiful thing. Why? Kill two birds with one stone. Plus, you get everything in one disc at a less price. Well, unless it's Battlefield 3 or Battlefield 4, where you get everything in one disc for regular price, like $59.99, which that's fine. So I usually try to wait on the Game of the Year editions or complete editions, whatever you want to call them. Now, as for season passes, DLC, and microtransactions, they're optional. Do you want to buy them or not? It's something that the gaming community don't get these days. It seems that they don't understand. So I'm just leave that alone. Now the negatives, the swatting, I talked about that in my older videos, and there was an article I read. It was this past year. It was about the state of New Jersey going after swatters. If they're being tried to convicted, they'll be sentenced to 10 years in prison. Everybody was rejoicing, and there's some people out there complain, scream bloody murder, piss and moan about you ruined the young man's life, how dare you do that, blah 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 blah. There's a thing called common sense. Just don't do it and you won't find yourself in the slammer, let alone in prison for 10 years for swatting. Not only you're putting innocent people in danger, what about the law enforcement officers? That's all it takes is one slip up from either one of them, and bam, and accidentally kill somebody. He's out of the job. His reputation, his career is ruined because of swatter. So, what happened to certain video game series? I mean, Call of Duty, it went from being great to just a joke. And please do not, I repeat, do not get me started on Sonic the Hedgehog. It needs a 4-year break. It hasn't been the same since Sonic Adventures series of the Sega Dreamcast. Since then, it's been, we only got, 3 to 5 good to decent games. The rest of them been hot garbage, and you can think Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 game, worst of all time. I am so sick of World War II setting video games. My goodness, I used to love them at one point, but I don't want them to come back. I hear a lot of rumblings. I've been hearing a lot of talk about it. I just don't want to deal with it. I just want them to go away permanently. They remind me of zombies. If they come back, we're going to see tons of them in the gaming market. Going to be oversaturated them with it. I mean, it's bad enough we're seeing tons and tons of zombies, and I guarantee you we're going to see tons and tons of World War II games come back. I mean, what's the point of making them when we already know who won the war? There's nothing more you can do. Just leave it be. Let it go. Let it stay in the video game graveyard. Don't bring it up, please. That's all I ask. So, there. Double standards. Splatoon. People done their best to boycott the games because of, they had no voice chat, no in-game voice chat and things in that nature. But with Star Wars Battlefront for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC, it had no in-game voice chat. But you didn't hear any rumblings of petitions and boycotts and all this other stuff. And you don't want me to get started on the gaming journalism and the IGNs and GameSpots or the Games Radar giant bombs of the world. Because I can rip them in half, especially IGN. My goodness. Have the nerve to sit there and complain about Mortal Kombat 9 story is confusing garbage, and the boss fights are cheap as hell, but yet don't say anything about 4 different versions of Street Fighter 4. Don't say anything about it. Nope. And don't ever get me started on Call of Duty versus other shooters, because I pound the table and beaten that to death. And Bayonetta versus Darksiders. This is where I really want to get to. It's okay to give Bayonetta a pass, despite the fact it's a Devil May Cry, God of War, and Ninja Gaiden clone. You take all those things away. I mean, if you remove the gameplay and the fun factor and the replay value, it's just nothing more than a name. But with Darksiders, it gets crushed by the gaming critics for, it's a Portal, God of War, Legend of Zelda ripoff. No, not God of War, a Gears of War, Portal, and Legend of Zelda clone. Which is shaking my head moment. Wow. Big 3. Nintendo, Microsoft, and Sony. Nintendo, stop living in the past, bring out more games that y'all created in the past, and stop milking Mario. Just stop. I want to see more games besides Mario. I'm pretty sure everybody wants to see it too. But we have a choice. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Don't play them. Now, Microsoft, more exclusive games, please. As for the DRM issue, y'all would have been leading the console race if you didn't try to force upon gaming community. Just saying, you brought that on yourself. And oh yeah, fix the Xbox Live. It's bad, but not a catastrophe or catastrophically bad like Sony, which I'm gonna get to right now. Sony, you're doing good, but you're being ridiculously cocky. You're always running off the mouth. They've been popping off ever since the reveal of PlayStation 4 and Xbox One and the whole DRM situation. You were gonna put that in there too, didn't you? The only reason why you didn't do it, cause the entire gaming community were in rage mode. Yeah, you're not innocent either. And fix your damn PlayStation Network. Every week, every other week, every month, every other month, we hear the same problems. What are you doing over there? You got the money. Beef up the security on the online connectivity, let alone the PlayStation Network. Can you do that, please? Thank you. And tone down and just turn it down some. And quit flexing your muscles and quit being so damn cocky. Overhyped Big 3. I keep telling you people with the whole unrealistic high expectations. And when it comes to Destiny, Titanfall, and Watch Dogs, y'all fell for that trap. That is on the gaming community. It's on us. It's on you guys. Censorship, I talked about on the Base Exchange level, BX versus Medal of Honor 2010, Street Fighter 5 censorship, quote unquote, controversy, and the Grand Theft Auto 5 being banned in Australia and Target because a feminist group complained how sexist and violent it is, the game itself. Remaster games, I like them, but it's being treated like it's a sports game. It's coming out every year. It's like, stop. Just stop. Slow down. We see more remaster games than regular original games, but I understand why they're doing it. They need the money so they can create original games. That's understandable, but just stop treating remaster games like it's sports games. It sucks. And last but not least, video game community itself. If it ain't the rape and death threats, it's nasty message to one another. You got grown people doing that far more so than the kids, let alone teenagers. It's just stupid. Swatting, selective outrage, cherry picking, contradiction, double standards, and hypocrisies, fanboyism, elitism. I mean, my goodness, it is just getting worse by the minute. I love video games, but I hate where video games are going. If the gaming community doesn't stop and they don't get their crap together, I don't know, it's only going to get worse before it gets better. Do I think it's the worst generation? It's getting there. I wouldn't go as far to say that the last generation was the worst ever, but this generation, yeah, it is. It's getting there so far. So I'm done with this video. I'm done with the Is Gaming Still Fun series. I deleted that part 6. This is the new part 6, but I deleted the other one because I wanted to say some things, but just want to get them out of the way, and I did a bad job on the video. So therefore, talk to you guys later, and salute.